Rounds is a hell of a game. It combines a PvP arena-style shooter with deck-building elements. It's dead simple to pick up, infinitely replayable, and absolutely visceral. One of the best features of Rounds is the inherent self-balancing nature built into the gameplay. See, unlike most games that give you a power-up if you're doing well, or just arbitrarily, in Rounds you only get a power-up after losing a round. In this way, your odds of winning can increase drastically after a loss. This is where the deck building aspect comes in. The power-ups you're offered are a random selection of 5 unique cards, of which you're only allowed to choose one. Because you're presented with several options instead of just being handed a single random card, you're able to form and execute plans to create highly synergistic builds and counteract your opponent's build. Let's talk about power-ups. The power-up cards in Rounds can be categorized in one of 4 ways: gun, shield, health, and gun power-ups affect things like reload, fire rate, bullet damage, speed, and effects. Shield power-ups affect your blocking ability, recharge rate, damage, and other effects triggered by blocking. Health power-ups affect mostly your total amount of health, and power-ups affect your For example, Abyssal Countdown, which triggers a period of invincibility and area damage if you stand still for a certain amount of time. Rounds is incredibly visceral and satisfying to play. You can feel each power-up you take, in the way that it changes the sensation of firing your gun and controlling your character. I mean, just look at this default shot. Versus the Grow plus Glass Cannon plus Fastball shot. The screen is shaking all over the place, chromatic aberrations causing the screen to bleed, and there are particles and lightning spewing from the impact point. It's not a bullet you just fired, it's a meteor. Even when the bullets are relatively tame, hitting your mark and killing your opponent is incredibly satisfying. Like here, when I cling to the side of the platform and my opponent sends my soul to hell. Or, shortly after when I splat on the ground. But here's the true beauty of Rounds. I lost that round. Maybe it's bad luck, maybe I suck. Either way, I'm now given the opportunity to boost my character, meaning that it's going to be that much harder for my opponent to win next time. It's an escalating 2-sided boss battle, and it makes each game a balancing act full of tension, dread, and excitement. Another great part of this game is how physics objects play a role in the environment and player strategies. So the physics objects aren't just entertaining. They can stun, damage, and even kill players that are struck by them. Like in this scene, when I get smushed by some falling physics blocks and manage to survive. However, my opponent takes just as much damage from a different set of blocks and gets trapped, making them an easy target. And just like that, my boss got a whole lot harder. And it goes on like this, kill after kill, with losers increasing their might by folds to stand taller than before, on and on until eventually you're left with 2 gods having become themselves doomsday weapons that set the air ablaze, warp the spectra of reality, and shake the very foundation they stand on. All this escalation, culminating in a fantastic final battle to become the ultimate victor.